I am so excited to finally replace these old TV backlights with something a lot more fun and immersive. Recently, Govee sent me out their new Govee TV Backlight 3 Lite with DreamView technology built in, and today I'll tell you how I got them installed, how I got them into HomeKit, what I like about them, and where I think they could use some improvement. Govee did send these out for me to review, but as always, you're gonna get my honest opinion and feedback on them. So special thanks to Govee for sending these out. And I'm excited to be partnering with them on their Oscar sale, which starts today. And I'll put all the links and info down in the description for you to make sure you can get some of their best products at their best prices. Now, if you saw my smart home tour video earlier this year, I mentioned in that video that I've been running 2 Philips Hue light strips on the back of my TV, synced as a pair, simply because that's what I had. Now, it worked well color-wise with the rest of my lights in my living room because they're all Philips Hue lights, but they weren't TV backlights, they were just light strips. So when Govee reached out to me about the TV Backlight 3 Lite, I was very excited to put a proper TV backlight on my TV for bias lighting. Now inside the box, you're gonna get the LED strip, of course, the power adapter, the control box, and the heart of the system, a camera. If you've ever installed any LED strips, you kind of know the drill on this one. Of course, it has 3M adhesive tape on the back. Personally, not a big fan of sticking things anywhere permanently, so I have these little tabs I got on Amazon that I use to add my previous light strips here, so I just reused those. After installing the light strip, I grabbed a control box and a command strip and stuck it to the back. Next, it was time to install the camera on the TV, which really cleverly balances on top of the TV. Really like the way they made this balance as opposed to using 3M sticky tape on this as they have in the past. Then I plugged the camera into the control box and it was time to get them set up. Using the app was really intuitive. As with any other Govee product, you just add them to your Govee home and it walks you through the process of calibrating the devices. After choosing the orientation, you will add these very minimally sticky orange foam cubes to your TV and use them to map your screen to the camera. Now after this, I would highly recommend you update the color calibration and white balance in the settings to ensure the colors are accurate. Once they're set up, you can choose from a ton of different effects and scenes, but what really sets this light strip apart is the movie Dream View. A simple toggle in the Govee app turns on the Govee Dream View, which uses the camera to map your TV and change the different sections of the light strip according to where it is on the screen. Now I find this to be extremely accurate if the room is dark, and we'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. Now this is my favorite part of this light strip. If you have other Govee devices, there's a good chance you can add these devices to your movie Dream View. By going into your device and going into movie Dream View, once you turn that on, at the bottom, you have a section for controlled devices. Once you tap that, you can choose from your existing Govee devices and map it to where they are in the room. This brings Dream View to another level, expanding the immersive experience beyond just a TV and makes it a whole room experience. I have these 2 Govee Lyra floor lamps that I've had for quite a while now that I brought in here in the living room to test this, and I have to be honest, movie nights and game nights will never be the same in our home. My kids absolutely love the way these bring the scenes to life all around us, and I've even been considering trying out some Govee bulbs here in the living room to really take this to the next level. We'll see where we end up on that. Now, there are a couple things I want you to know before you purchase and install these lights. Number one being, because it uses a camera on your TV to map the lights to what's on your TV, you're probably going to get some reflections. And this is where that dark room comes in. If you have a reflective screen, it's going to pick up any of the ambient light in the area. For example, we have this sliding glass door right here in our living room, and our living room is right next to the kitchen in an open floor plan. Lights are well within the view of our TV reflection. Unfortunately, when these are on, it pretty much dominates the colors the camera recognizes on the TV. And if it's daytime, unless we were to put up some blackout curtains here, we get a really yellow or greenish hue because of the sunlight and the trees in our backyard. For me, this isn't the biggest issue as we tend to seriously watch movies at night when it's dark outside and we can turn the lights off, but you're definitely going to want to make sure you're in a dark room to get the best out of these lights. Other than that, the lights are great in the Govee app. They do work with Amazon and Google, and I've been told that in April, Matter support is coming. I'm a little unclear on if that's Matter support being added via firmware or if it's a completely new light strip, but it is coming. But as for right now, I had to do some finagling to get these into Apple Home. Now, adding them to Apple Home is easy if you have HomeBridge set up, but they don't work natively. And as for the Dream View or the Movie View, I had to go through a pretty intense process to get that working in Apple Home. Before I even get into this, let me know in the comments if you found a way to get this working in Apple Home without going through this process, but here's what I did. Trigger warning, Alexa. So in order to get the Movie View or the Dream View working in Apple Home, I actually had to create a virtual switch in Home Assistant, expose the TV backlight using Amazon Alexa, and that virtual switch to Alexa using the Alexa Media Player. Next, I create a routine in Alexa that says when the virtual switch opens, turn the TV lights to other mode, and then I selected video. Now you're going to want to create another routine that turns the video lights to a color when the virtual switch turns off. Finally, back in Home Assistant, use the HomeKit bridge to get the virtual switch over into Apple Home. And now when that switch turns on or off in any of the 3 platforms, the TV light movie mode will turn on or off accordingly. Please, Govee and Apple, make this accessible via Matter, please. Overall, I can definitively say these are a major upgrade from what I had before, and they're a huge hit with the family. The colors are accurate and make watching movies and playing games extremely fun and immersive. Again, special thanks to Govee for sending these out, and if you want to grab these lights, I will have the link in the description as well as any discount codes that they're offering. And make sure you check out their Oscar sale going on starting today. Hey, before you go, check out this video if you want to see my smart home tour, and here's a video that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy as well. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.